The last news from the Daily Mail US, the following: 62% of America think Putin would not have invaded Ukraine if Trump were president, poll claims. And this what it brings down the immense UK. 62% of US thinks Putin would not invade Ukraine under Trump. Over half of the United States believes that Russian President Vladimir Putin would not have invaded Ukraine if Trump were still president. So let us see now interesting YouTube I did a while ago and showing that really we missed a great opportunity. So what we are going to see now, by the way, this is also in Hebrew, but I'm sure you have in English. הנשיא לשעבר, previous president, attacked the behavior of the President Joe Biden against what the Russian Vladimir Putin did. And he said, if I would be the president, all this, what is happening, will not happen. No. So let us see now, really, what I did when we had the Abraham Accord, and then we see when Donald Trump was elected as president. So what I did at that time, I did a Bible code table, really, when people would really look into it properly, not like superficially and ulterior motive. So looking for the truth, you will see that what you see here appears in one book, Numbers, appears in few verses in chapter 10 and few verses in chapter 11. So if you take the number of verses that we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Matityahu, 17 is remarkable, Hebrew word good. It would be very good if people at that time will accept the what Torah says and not what the Democrats and the leftists did everything to bring down the presidency of Donald Trump. No. What we have here is unbelievable. You have your president here in the center, president. Which president? Nasi, president of Russia, you can see in red. Who is the president? Putin. Unbelievable. Here what you have is Edom, Russia, and also the state have to do with Edom. And it is known quite well that Edom's attitude to Jews, to Israel, will change in the end of time. This is why it's called Chazir, pig, in Hebrew Chazir, as a root of returning. He will return to appreciate Jewish Israel. Amazing, this is what happened. Yeah, we see in the attitude of Putin, who loves very much Jews. It means religious Jews. He helps a lot synagogues. He helps a lot yeshivas. Gives money. He respects rabbis. Unbelievable. Not like Stalin and the others. This is clearly a shame. Very famous, Rabbi Kessin always mentioned that this was a change. When the angel of Edom, wrestling with Jacob, the story, acknowledged that the blessings belong to him. Unbelievable. So you have here, and not only this, you have Trump here with the letter P, is sharing with Putin. Clearly shows that there is a deep connection between, as we saw. Then you have your president of United States, which is Trump. Then we have parallel Cyrus. As we said, the Kabbalist, great Kabbalist in Israel, Cook, said that Trump had spark of Cyrus, because Cyrus was called the Messiah of God. He was in that time, Persian, time of Purim, and he allowed Jews to settle in the land, and even he told them he can build the temple. Unbelievable, so far. So this was said to Israel. Parallel is very significant. Parallel to the United States president, no doubt, it goes together. Moshe Eliyahu came to become Messiah, will come with Moses and Elijah. Amazing. And then what happened? Comes the Satan, the leftist, yeah, and the Democrat. Democrat is Gimatya Satan, who are against the Torah, against God, definitely. And they turn over the wonderful situation that we could have, the Abraham Code, and really there's such nice relationship between Netanyahu, Putin, and Donald Trump. Comes the Satan and turned over, and you see where they brought us to now. Terrible turmoil, what is going on, frightening. Yeah, this is when people don't follow the Torah. And as I told you that I wanted to have statistics on this, said, the statistic that you have this in 17 verses, all these related verse is not a word, related verse, you will not find it in other places. Unbelievable, Anybody who have a little bit of common sense, you can ask even scientists, what are the chances that you will have President Russia, Putin, and then President United States Trump, and sharing letter of pay and a dome, which both of them represent. Amazing, you can see clearly how the prophecies of the Bible came true. And there's a Satan, Democrat, in Israel also, heresy government, Lapid, Lieberman, all those against the Torah, against the Sabbath, against holiness, modesty. So we understand that we came to these troubles, these wars. We are in a sabbatical year. In sabbatical year, our rabbis tell us in Sanhedrin 97 AB8, we'll have beginning wars, fightings, and the end of it, we'll have Messiah. In fact, when Donald Trump was at that time, also, it was the year of after sabbatical, also could have exactly as the year which had a lot of proof that it could be messianic time. But again, the Satan came, fought against the Torah, against Orthodox. This we are now living in, unfortunately. It's also in Hebrew the same thing. Then here's this Gematria, exactly, the Gematria which I told you, with whom we are dealing. Yeah, let us see again the Gematria. Democrat, 359. Satan, the same one, because why Satan? Because anybody who is against the Torah, against the Sabbath, and they are allowing the most severe things, abortion and homosexuality. This is one of the most severe laws of Noach, the children of Noach. This was the flood came. Yeah, flood. The reign of the flood were 40 days because, as is written, to indicate to people, you caused me, God said, to create creatures 40 days and to destroy them, fetus and embryos. And the flood destroys the whole world. The rabbis tell us, in future, we not have flood of water, but we have a flood of plagues, corona, delta, all these things, yeah? Why? All to indicate there is a God. 2/3 of the American clearly says that they believe the corona is from God. Otherwise, we will like this in Israel. So, looking, as I said, at this table, which is really a situation at that time, that really solves them, they had such good connection. Netanyahu and Putin were very, very close, understood each other. They said that Netanyahu is the only one who can be the mediator yeah, to settle the problems. Lapid is far away from this, he's only behaving according to the mood, of him as a people. But Netanyahu, having been such experience, in prime minister for 13 years, so he knows exactly how to behave, and very much he could settle the problem. But we can say that Satan is strong, and we are now in a terrible situation. So as I said, very, very, this is all on YouTube we did about it. Yeah, but this is what I want to bring you. In fact, another table which is very, very significant. You have here the year that Donald Trump was already a president. It is, you can see Trump written 5778, it's 2018, 17, 18, something like this. Then Trump comes here, full writing of Trump, and son of Joseph, in Ephraim, is the son of Joseph, Messiah, which prepares the way for son of David, which you have in the center. You have here really son Ben David, it comes down, son of David. Then you have Messiah, and then really son of Jesse comes down here. It is clear indication that it could be saved. And again, parallel comes Cyrus, because as we said, the president, sons of Joseph comes Ephraim. So all the indications that Torah, which is the blueprint of creation, showed us that it could be so nice, so good, but we have a Satan, and these are the Democrats, the people against the Torah, and what we have in Israel to the heresy governments. So, not surprised that we have such kind of problems today, wars and so on, and who knows what will be. No. Maybe this is a situation will bring the world to realize there is a God, and we have to keep what he said. The Jews have to keep the 613 and the Gentiles the 7 laws of Noah. Otherwise, who knows what will be. So interesting and significant and relevant table to our time.